What is going on? Becky here, and I have successfully semi-managed to launch my kids into the first week of school. I've done this for a while now, and I want to share, after all of my experiences, maybe my number one tip for making sure that our kiddos are doing this back to school thing kind of okay. All right. So, hi, Katie. So giving you a little bit of context, my kids are now in middle school and elementary school. So we've done this back to school thing several times. And there have been times where I have completely nailed it. And there have also been times that I have completely fumbled the ball. And I want to give context by just asking you to think back to a little memory that you had. Okay. So I want you to think back to the last time you went to somebody's house that you didn't know. You went to their house for the first time. Maybe you got invited, a friend of a friend invited you to a party. Maybe you were doing drop off for your kid's birthday party, but you imagine the last time you, as a person, went into a different environment, whether it's a house or a restaurant or whatever, that you'd never been there. You didn't know what to do. Sure, you've been to houses before. Sure, you've been to restaurants before. Sure, you've been to fill in the blank before, dentists before. But every house is a little different, right? Every house has different rules. Every restaurant maybe has different rules. Do I pay, do I wait for the paycheck to come to me? Do I go up there to pay? At a house, do I take my shoes off? Do I not take my shoes off? At a dentist office, do I check in online? Do I check in at the front? What do I do? All of those things are going through our head, and we're maybe there for about 15-20 minutes. Now imagine having that be the majority of your day of wondering what is okay and what is not, and constantly looking for cues over things that you can and can't do. Constantly looking for cues about the rules and the guidelines of what's going on. That's what our kiddos are handling and are dealing with right now. We went to back to school night for my son. And we went to two different teachers' classrooms because he has two different teachers. And the environments of those two teachers and the personalities of those two teachers could not be more different. We had type A list maker with the cool, quirky art teacher who is just like, la da 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 da, right? Both amazing teachers, but my son has to navigate each day going from type A, following all of these rules, and then immediately code shifting and going into all of these rules for quirky art teacher, right? Okay, yay, you're in the car line too, Summer. I'm in the car line too. So I just want to give us that context, because our kids come back from the first days of school, and I would even argue this goes into the first month, being completely, ultimately, absolutely mentally exhausted. And so our job, or at least I feel my job, is to make that home situation be a time where they can decompress, where they know what's coming. The expectations of what's expected of them are things that have already been happened. It's already part of the routine. And so my number one tip, it's two words: boring routines. Okay? Absolutely boring routines. And I want to encourage you, Mama, this is not the time to bust out new recipes that you were so excited to try, and you want to make a fancy back to school meal for them. This is not the time to even do something with the pure of heart, right? Oh, I'm going to go in and I'm going to completely redecorate my daughter's room because she's been talking about that. The name of the game is letting the home situation be the most boring, comforting routine that they have for these next few weeks. And so we're talking slam dunk dinners that everybody has had, that majority of the people like, that we're not adding any new flavors or spices to it, right? Tonight for dinner, we're making a super fancy beef stroganoff that I've made a dozen times, and it's a hit every single time. Okay. When they come home, it is of easing into things so they get a chance to decompress. So at that point, I'm like, you can watch your screens, you can watch a little bit of YouTube, you can get a Kindle, and then I'm giving them a heads up. Okay, so this is the routine, just like always. I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes, and then this is what we're going to do. So that way our kids have a chance to decompress. Same thing for the weekend. They are mentally, oh my gosh, they're so mentally exhausted, right? And I know we are too, filling out all of the paperwork and all of the things and right, just boring, absolutely boring routines. We're not doing any back to school haircuts. We're not doing any like back to school celebration dinners. We're not doing any back to school redecorating. I'm telling you this because I've done all of those things and it's been an absolute miss, all of those things. Then we had a action-packed weekend, and then the kids come back to school and they're feeling even more exhausted. And so keep it boring. So here's a couple of questions to think about to help you know kind of what are some of the things that they, for your kiddos going back to school. Okay. Number one, go into those meals, because that's kind of the easier one. What are some of those meals that are a slam dunk every time? And we're not going for Michelin star. We're not going for making sure we have enough veggies and protein and all of this stuff on the plate, although that is important. But for me right now, the priority is boring routine. What are those meals that they're absolutely just going to love, that they ask for over and over again? So for us, it's beef stroganoff, it's tacos, it's noodles. We do a homemade noodles, which is like an easy sauce. We do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for one night for dinner. It's just easy. What are the boring meals? I don't want to say boring. What are the slam dunk meals and the slam dunk snacks that your kids are looking forward to and that they would really, really enjoy? Okay. Yes, Trader Joe's orange chicken. That's a slam dunk for us too. Although now that my kids are older, we got to get a 2-pack. So yeah, Trader Joe's orange chicken with a little bit of white rice. Absolutely love that. Fried rice is another option that we have. We do pot stickers and fried rice on a day. Okay. Number 2, what are the routines that you can have for after school? How much time do you want to give them, or can you give them after school to just decompress, right? After we get into the car, after you get into the car, after you had like a long day or a long meeting, you just kind of sit in the car and you're like, or if you're the mama who, before you get out of the car, you sit, like before you go into your house and you sit for a few minutes, right? Because you're just like trying to mentally prepare. That's the kind of space that our kids need too, okay? And then number 3, right? How can I adjust the schedule to allow more time for boring routine, right? What do I need to cancel? So during the first week of school, we said no to almost everything, right? Back to school night we went to, but we got invited. Oh, do you want to come to this dinner? We've got this. Nope. Everything was off the books to create that boring routine. Okay, so boring routine, name of the game for the first, I would say that extends into the first month. For sure, the first week going into this next week, I know my kiddos are going to be just exhausted. So what are the meals that can feel like a routine? What are the after school rhythms that you can create? Snack time into homework time, into meal time, into rest time. And then what are the things you can eliminate from your schedule to allow your kiddos that space? Because I promise you, they're exhausted and they want to come home and just be. And giving them that space to do so. If we don't give them that space, at least what I've seen in my experience, is that that's when we get just crazy, not memories, crazy energy, like talking back, that sort of thing. Okay. Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. Someone tell me if I'm making sense. Okay. So here's what I would love to know, because I saw Summer put Trader Joe's orange chicken. What is some of the boring routine that you're going to incorporate into your back to school rhythm as we're going into it? I know some of us started, have started a little bit ago. Some of us just started. Some of us are getting ready to start. But I want this to be a place where, like my friend Cassidy says, like we're just going to lower the bar a little bit to give time to all of us to adjust to this new rhythm. It takes a little bit of time. And I want us to remember what we felt like when we walk into a new situation and a new environment, it's anxiety, it's nerves, we're always looking around for those social cues, and that's exhausting for us as adults. Imagine it for a whole day for kiddos, and then they come home. How can we provide that support for them? All right. So I hope this was helpful. If it is helpful, right, this is the time. Yeah, we're lowering the bar. Summer, I'm always down for mediocrity, right? The radical minimum standard is boring routine. This time, if this was helpful for you, please share it with a fellow mama, just to encourage her that it's okay, that it's not going to be a Pinterest. It's not going to be a Pinterest back to school time. This is going to be mental health focused for everybody in the household, so that way back to school is a little bit easier and has a little bit more positive mental support than maybe it has in the past. All right, take care.